Ron is also doing a P2 and his evaluator is Professor of Toastmasters. Please read out his objectives.
Well, Toastmaster Ron is also giving P2, project number 2 speech. And the objectives, I am going to repeat what was done by Chetan. Select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. The time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the topic of my P2 speech is my recipe for happiness. Someone once said that life is like a boat going through a river, slowly going in a river. On one bank we have happiness, on the other bank we have sorrow. And as we go through life, as the boat of life goes through the river, we briefly touch one bank or the other. Sometimes happiness, sometimes sorrow. And it is inevitable. But won't we all want to kind of spend a little more time on the bank of happiness than we normally do? And I humbly present my recipe. A recipe means some ingredients for an outcome. My recipe for happiness. Before I go into my ingredients, I would like to talk about what is happiness. On a superficial level, for some people, happiness is buying things, going shopping, owning things, correct? For other people, it's tranquility, peace. They don't want to be disturbed. Happiness is for them to be away in some secluded place. For others, it is to be in the middle of a lot of fun and excitement, what we call dhamal. So for everybody, happiness means different things. Happiness in the moment, happiness at that particular time. I read a slightly deeper meaning of happiness which resonated with me, which I would like to share. Happiness can be said it's a state of bliss and well-being, secure in the knowledge of one's place in the universe, and a deep connection to all things without boundaries. So when you're truly happy, you're secure, you're connected to everything, and you're feeling great with everything in the universe. You know what your place in the universe is. But the thing about happiness in all our lives, to a large extent, is happiness is temporary. Like that boat in the river, we go from happiness to sorrow, sorrow to happiness. It's fleeting. It is not very long lasting for many of us. Now, is this compulsory? Is this the way it is? No, there are a lot of people, enlightened people, for whom happiness is a long-term process. You always find them happy. You always find them engaged. Somehow they found that secret of happiness which all of us are seeking. And for many years I have also been trying to find that secret. I have been studying a lot of books and listening to a lot of wise people. And the conclusion I have come to about happiness is, happiness can be learned. It can be practiced. It is not something which would come normal even to an enlightened person. He works on it, or he or she works on it, and has certain recipes by which acquires happiness. So without much ado, I'll jump straight into my recipes for happiness. Now there are four basic ingredients for happiness. Four basic ingredients which I have kind of shortlisted. Of course, these are my choices and I'd like to share those with you. The first ingredient is what I call appreciation. I remember a movie, The Last Samurai, in which the samurai warlord was standing in front of a spring blossoms tree which kind of blooms in the winter, beautiful pink blossom. And he says something, and I'm paraphrasing. He says, we could spend a lifetime looking at this tree and it would not be a lifetime wasted. That is the spirit of true appreciation. We have so many things to be thankful about in life, so many things to appreciate in our life, our health, our family, our friends, so many things. The more you spend time in appreciation, it's very important for happiness. The thing about appreciation is when you are in appreciation, you cannot hold a negative thought. You can try. Appreciate something and hold a negative thought. You cannot. Appreciation is a pathway into happiness. That's my first ingredient. Second ingredient is detachment. Detachment means a lot of things to many people. I'll tell you what I feel is detachment. Quickly with an example. Suppose you are walking down a street, and you see a beautiful vase in the window, beautiful flower vase in the window, quite an expensive one. And while you are looking at it through the window, admiring, trying to figure out whether you want to purchase it or not, a clumsy salesman comes and drops it. And right in front of your eyes it smashes. Right? You are a bit saddened, beautiful vase, wasted. But suppose you bought that vase and you brought it home and your kid dropped it. How would you feel? What's the difference? Why do you feel anger at home with the vase you have purchased and for sadness when you are seeing that vase fall in the shop? It's because of attachment. It is because you are attaching yourself, or you are identifying yourself with the vase. We identify ourselves with wealth, with our position, with our status, with so many things in life which is not us. Like that vase, the vase is the vase and we are ourselves. The detachment is a sense of knowing who you are and not confusing yourself with the things in life. That's my second ingredient. Third ingredient, and a very important ingredient, and one ingredient which I have personally struggled with in my life to achieve, is joyful purpose. Someone once said, if you do the things you love, you will not work a single day in your life. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that if you engage in joyful purpose, if you engage in something you are passionate about, you love, stock markets, whatever it is, whatever you are loving, that is in itself a powerful way to get into happiness. That in itself is a powerful access to it. Or joyful purpose is one of the most important ingredients for happiness. You cannot be happy if the purpose in life, what you brought into this world, is not fulfilled. So I'll quickly wrap the three ingredients. First is appreciation. Second, detachment. Third ingredient is joyful purpose. And the fourth one and the final ingredient is a bit of a fun one. The ingredient is don't give a damn about what other people think. Be your own person. Don't be another brick in the wall. Just do your own thing, don't care. Superman used to wear his underwear over his pants. He's still Superman. We should all be Superman in life, always. So with that, I humbly conclude, and those are my ingredients for happiness. I hope in a small way it will help you in your life. Thank you very much.